Gladiators, heroes of the arena, symbols of strength, and icons of ancient Rome. But what was life really like for these legendary fighters? Today, we're going beyond the Hollywood depiction of gladiators to explore the gritty reality of their daily lives. Gladiators lived in a training school called a ludus. These schools were not luxurious. They were designed for one purpose, turning men into killing machines. A gladiator's life would begin at dawn, rising from simple straw beds in cramped corridors surrounded by fellow fighters. These schools housed gladiators from all over the Roman Empire, each with different backgrounds: slaves, prisoners of war, criminals, and even volunteers seeking fame and fortune. After a meager breakfast of bread and water, training began. Gladiators were trained by a lanista, a former gladiator who knew the art of combat inside and out. Training was grueling, with hours spent perfecting strikes, blocks, and dodges. Wooden weapons were used during practice to prevent fatal accidents, but that didn't make the training any less intense. The ludus had specialized instructors for each type of gladiator: murmilos, retiari, secutores, and more. Each had a unique fighting style, and they were trained to become experts in their specific form of combat. Beyond the physical aspect, mental endurance was just as crucial. Gladiators had to master fear and keep their focus under the immense pressure of the arena. Contrary to what you might imagine, gladiators didn't feast on meat and luxurious meals. Their diet consisted mainly of grains, beans, and vegetables. Meat was rare, and they were often given barley, earning them the nickname barley eaters. This vegetarian diet helped build muscle mass and provided the stamina needed for long fights. Interestingly, archaeologists have found evidence that gladiators also consumed a special drink made from ashes, thought to aid in a bone recovery after the brutal training sessions. After months of intense training, gladiators would finally enter the arena. The most famous of these was the Colosseum in Rome, but there were arenas all over the empire. As they waited in the dark chambers beneath the arena, they could hear the roar of the crowd above, thousands of spectators eager for bloodshed. When a gladiator finally stepped into the arena, they faced more than just their opponent. They were surrounded by noise, the heat, and the weight of expectation. The fight wasn't always to the death, despite popular belief. While some battles did end fatally, many were simply contests of skills. If a gladiator fought well, even in defeat, they would earn the mercy of the crowd or the emperor. But mercy wasn't guaranteed, and a downed gladiator might find themselves at the mercy of a fatal blow. Despite the brutal conditions, some gladiators became celebrities in their own right. The best fighters were revered by the public, and their names were known throughout the empire. Wealthy patrons might sponsor a gladiator, offering gifts and privileges, and some even gained their freedom after winning enough fights. For those who survived the arena, fame and fortune were real possibilities, but it was a life filled with constant danger. However, the reality for most gladiators was far from glamorous. The life expectancy of a gladiator was short, with many not surviving more than a handful of fights. Injuries were common, and even if they didn't die in the arena, infections and complications from wounds could prove fatal. Gladiators were seen as expendable by the Roman elite, a form of entertainment rather than people. Yet, despite their harshness, the allure of fame and the slim chance of freedom drove many to keep fighting. Does that remind you of anything in particular? Gladiators were the ultimate paradox of ancient Rome, both revered and reviled, celebrated and sacrificed. In the end, their daily lives were a blend of discipline, danger, and hope as they balanced on the knife's edge between glory and death. Thank you for joining us as we explore the real life of gladiators in ancient Rome. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more stories from the past.